Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. There are some reports out there claiming that Russia, not Putin himself, Russia has launched and used first time in the war or ever in action the Zircon hypersonic missile. That's a report coming from the Ukrainians, and then other media outlets picked it and interpreted it however they want it. And I will share with you the information, the report, and then I will tell you that everything the Russians create is garbage. But everything we create, is perfect. Now, you tell me if you believe in that one, because I don't, obviously. So let me show you this article, first coming from CNN, which is kind of, let's put it, not objective, let's put it this way. CNN. Russia used an advanced hypersonic missile for the first time in recent strike, Ukraine claims. So from this one, you don't read, you don't get any negative connotations, subliminal messages, just what the guys said the Russians did. Ukraine claims that it has evidence Russia fired an advanced hypersonic missile, one that experts say is almost impossible to shoot down, for the first time in the almost 2-year-old war. So again, kind of objective so far, but we're getting probably there. Now, the government-run Kiev Scientific Research Institute of Forensic Expertise said in a Telegram post that debris recovered after a February 7 attack on the Ukrainian capital pointed to the use of Zircon hypersonic cruise missile by the Russian military. Interesting enough, that hit the target or not? Making on the parts and fragments, then the identification of components and parts and the features of the relevant type of weapon point to the first ever use of the Zircon in combat, said the institute, which is part of Ukraine's justice ministry. So the Telegram post was accompanied by a video showing dozens of pieces of debris believed to be from the new missile. Ukrainian authorities reported 4 people. Okay, we don't care about that one here. Experts say that Zircon, if it lives up to what the Russian government says about it, is a formidable weapon. It says its hypersonic speed makes it invulnerable to even the best Western missile defenses like the Patriot, according to the United States-based Missile Defense Advocacy Alliance. The alliance says its speed has been put at Mach 8, or almost 9,900 kilometers per hour, 6,138 miles per hour. Hypersonic is defined as the speed above Mach 5, 3,836 miles per hour. If the information is accurate, the Zircon missile would be the fastest in the world, making it nearly impossible to defend against due to its speed alone, the alliance said on its website. Now, let's see. Additionally, the MDAA says the Zircon is a maneuvering anti-ship hypersonic cruise missile with a range of somewhere between 500 and 1,000 kilometers, 310 and 620 miles. So they say about this one, there was not downed, but so far I don't see here any negative media, or at least the report is not negative coming from CNN, which is very strange, but we're getting there. We get the second article coming from Business Insider, and there you have it in the title already. Russia fired Putin's quote-unquote invincible, end quote, hypersonic Zircon missile for the first time in Ukraine, experts say. So you already know that these guys are giving bad news here. For some, it's Putin. It's Putin's invincible, quote-unquote, because he's not invincible, and because it's Putin, he just sits on it. Again, so this is how opinion is formed. Russia fired the Zircon hypersonic cruise missile for the first time in Ukraine, experts say. The missile is launched from a ship and can reach speeds for up to 6,000 miles per hour, per reports. So here we have this, blah, blah, blah. This is evidence, nothing special. Rapatsa, they tell us here its specifications, and that's very good, they say. Russian President Vladimir Putin has called weapons like the Zircon invincible and impossible to defend against. probably according to what the defense the other guys have and its abilities. So they don't give you anything else. I just want to see if these guys, no, that's it. So all right, that's kind of like a little bit harsher in its title right here, Putin, because it's Putin's invincible. Okay, because he said so. Move on. We got the Ukrainska Pravda. Russia uses Zircon hypersonic missile in Ukraine, forensic experts video, pop. Now they tell us almost everything that the other guys said about it. And we're gonna go at the end, after they say this and after they say that, they go here and take a shit on Zircon, obviously. Sorry here. However, according to the Institute, the weapon does not meet the stated tactical and technical characteristics. Further research will provide more detailed information. So you got it. Everything they said about the whole article, they said about the Zircon and habababab. At the end, they take a shit because that's all we're going to remain with, the beginning or the end of the article, rarely with the middle. That's how we do with books and everything else. So here it is. Now we go to the last article coming from the Telegraph, unfortunately, and we have this Louis Page, who is an imbecile. And this is what he says. Russia's Zircon hypersonic super weapon has failed in Ukraine. Putin is egg-faced again. And he says here, it is already clear that the weapon falls short of the enemy's claims. Why, Louis? Why? So it's already clear. How many they did the launch? 1. According to these guys, was it shut down? They didn't say that in any of those articles that was shut down. Debris was shut down again, or maybe hit a target. I have no idea. So it says here, Russia's Zircon hypersonic super weapon has failed in Ukraine. Putin is egg-faced again. So my question is this. If you paid attention to the war and in general how these guys are talking about the Russians, these guys here, have you ever heard these guys saying anything good about, and I'm saying ever and anything, I'm exaggerating, anything good about any of the Russians' weapons? You remember, they're all garbage. Start with what? Let's start with the tank, the T-90 or whatever, 90, 92, whatever it is. No, that's not. It's garbage. Let's start with the airplanes, with Suhois and MiGs. Nah, they're not good. They still have, they go through the GPS to find coordinates. They're so bad. And they're heavy as fuck. They're made out of lead. I heard these kind of things in the media. Obviously, I'm exaggerating with the lead, but I've been told that they're so heavy, they're barely maneuverable, like I don't have eyes to see. Anyway, so airplanes, bad. Now missiles, S-300s, S-400s, oh, they're not good. Why? Because our weapons, which is in this case, not even the best weapons, but just the Storm Shadow and Scalp, the French ones, are just penetrating at will these air defense systems, S-300, S-400s, the Panzer and others. So that's garbage. Let's move on. What else? They have missiles? Nah, the hypersonic missiles are gone, man. Calibre are bad, which Calibre are not hypersonic. But you have what? You have Zircon and the Dagger, right? The Kinzhals. Zircons and Kinzhals are destroyed by our perfect Patriot systems. Great. Now you believe? Tell me one weapon, not even the AK-47 is good, because something is wrong with it. I mean, obviously they're wrong with everything. Nothing is perfect, let's put it this way. But still, I haven't heard any Russian military, rowdy, drunks, convicts, and all that. But somehow they're not losing. I don't fucking know how that's possible. So you see, all this is bad. Oh, they build those defense lines. But they're faulty, they're not good. Why? We say so. But everything we got are the best. The F-16s, the F-this and F-that, the Patriot systems, the HIMARS are invincible. They cannot be touched. Everything we have is the best. Everything they have is not good. Now, do you believe in that? I don't. Why? Because I live life. I live life and I understand and I pay attention. The same thing. He is bad, we're good. What? This is an infantile life, worldview. Infantile. Either because these guys are ignorant, are infantile, not developed enough, or are just evil. Or, these things could be, picked together. Remember, This should give you from the get-go the ability to understand that these guys are lying to you. It is already for this guy, for Lewis, who writes for the Telegraph, it is already clear that the weapon falls short of the enemy's claims. Well, I don't know. How did they figure that out? Have they seen that what the specifications are wrong? One weapon, it's their reporting. The ones that lie all the time. The other ones lie as well. But somehow I'm supposed to believe these guys from the get-go. We're not the good and they're not the bad. They are good and bad, we are good and bad. That's the way works the world. Or the world works. But anyway, if you want to believe that, that's fine. Makes you get around with some imbeciles and have a group masturbation session. That's fine with me. I saw that many times in the office. When, oh, Trump is going to get arrested now. Trump is going to get arrested. Ronald is going to be in a prison. Nothing happened. Why? Because these guys did not live the life. They survived their lives. Which is they don't know what's possible, what's impossible, and according to the situation we are in, if that's kind of possible or highly impossible or possible. Oh, he's going to get shackled. Oh, this time they got him. If they didn't get Trump so far, can you imagine that guy who's so evil, how clear and clean he has to be? I mean, he's like, what, 75, 73, 72, whatever years old. And in all these years, with all his freedom to do whatever he wants, I'm talking about Trump, you know, being a dictator in his own real realm, you couldn't find something like a slam dunk thing, like he's watching this kind of porn, or he's doing this, or he did that. You didn't find anything right now since they started in 2015. So they got almost 10 years to find something on these guys' past, and they didn't. They tried to get him with January 6th. That's what you want to get him with? Or with Stormy Shadow, Stormy Waters, whatever her name is, with a porn star? Jesus Christ, my friends. Can you imagine how clean that guy has to be? If he had something from his past, this guy would have found it just like this. Unless he is involved with some people that we're not supposed to know of. That's why they let the garbage over there slide. Because if they're going to tell, hey, Trump, we're going to get you how you got that building and that project done. It's going to say, yeah, but I did it with Rubinstein, with Rosenman, or Rosenberg. Rosenman, Rosenstein, and Rosenberg. And then they had to shut the fuck up because those guys were getting in trouble. And we can't have that happening. Not even wake up the lemmings. The retards, the baboons. We can't wake them up. So that's why probably he's left alone with a few hanky-pankies that he might have done, because he's going to name names. When he's going to name names, he's going to wake up even the baboons. What do you mean Rosenstein, Rosenbaum, and Rosenman? No, it can't be done. Back off. Why do they start with this, it's slam dunk, and they're still working on it. So yes, my friends, these guys are creating our news. Once they lie, and Louis Page, what kind of person is this guy? Imagine he has to drive a car and he goes to a stop sign and says, well, fuck it, that's not what is over there. I'm just going to go straight to it. Why? Because that's not good. That's, no. Just makes up his things. Here it is, my friends. Remember, not everything that comes from Russia is bad, and not everything that comes from the West is good, to put it mildly. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.